This is Lauren Fogelman at ExpertSportsPerformance.com, working with highly driven, motivated athletes on having more focus, confidence, and the ability to effectively deal with distractions when competing for high performance. Today's topic is, do girls have equal opportunities in sports today? And what does this have to do with mindset for everybody? Well, I want to let you know that when you think small, you play small. You play a safe game. You hold yourself back from taking risks because of doubt, fear, the unknown. On the other hand, when you open yourself up to all the possibilities, then opportunities happen and you begin to see the way forward to your big goals that you were unable to see up until that point in time. And that's what I want to talk about as far as girls having an equal opportunity in sports today, because this is anniversary for Title IX, which is when in 1972, girls were given the opportunity through the federal law coming into play that they had to have equal access to sports as boys do. There had to be programming, there had to be opportunities, there had to be equipment and facilities for girls, just like they were for boys. Because in 1972, only 1 out of every 26 girls were involved in some type of school sports in high school as well as college. However, today, that number has changed phenomenally to about 1 in every 2 to 2.5 girls is now involved in sports. And as a result of that, it changed the playing field in so many different ways. There's better health for girls as well as women. There's more educational benefits because girls are now able to access scholarships that weren't available to them before. They learn about teamwork, leadership capabilities, career opportunities. Those are just some of the opportunities because of Title IX coming into play in 1972, which is one of the things that I did not have really as an advantage, having been in high school in the 70s, and I am now going ahead and dating myself, but having been on the beginning of that, I didn't really have a lot of those advantages that girls today have, and I really want to compliment the progress that has been made so far in schools as well as universities to really bring more options to girls today, and recognizing that, we still have a long ways to go. We need more female coaches that are involved in girls' teams and sports, more women that are actually being paid, and athletic directors in different sports opportunities to really show what's capable and create more of an equal playing field. But that's another issue for later on, or another topic down the road. Let's go ahead and look at how this applies to mindset for men and women's sports today, regardless of what type of sport you're playing. So the first thing is, you have to have an idea. In order to really play a bigger game, there has to be an idea that it's all possible. This also goes back to one of my favorite stories with Roger Bannister and trying to break the 4-minute mile. Up until then, people just didn't think it was possible, and he wanted to prove them wrong. And that's part of what went on with Title IX, is people wanted to be able to create a breakthrough on what was possible and really open up that playing field. So first of all, if you want to play a bigger game, you have to have that idea start, plant that seed. And then the next step is, what steps need to be taken to take that idea and turn it into a reality? What are the specific steps? And you might not know all of them right off start, but you'll start to think about them. They'll start to come into play. You might talk to people, and they might give you new ideas to really take that thought and be able to see it come into reality. So after the idea and the steps, then take an action. Where do you need to begin now? And what steps do you want to take now that are going to be able to lead into some bigger steps and milestones down the road? And about not just having an idea and being creative about it and not doing anything, but really having that follow through of being willing to take action, even when there's some risk involved, when other people say it might not happen, being fully committed and knowing what is possible and having that conviction and being willing to do what is going against the grain of what most people believe is possible. So I want you to be a big thinker and be willing to commit to taking those action steps. And then the last part is outcome. as you begin taking those action steps, you're going to start to see some benefits. You're going to start to see where your plan needs to be really thought out a little bit more as well. And be willing to have the feedback, and the feedback is through taking action, through the responses that you get as a result of those actions, and look at that and take that all into play. And the outcome is really amazing, because what you originally thought might be very different than the end result. However, there's a whole process that happens by doing all these 4 steps together, having the idea, looking at what steps, taking action, and seeing the outcome. And recognize that it needs to be flexible and fluid in order to really continue reaching those big goals, that big vision that you have for yourself. So I want to challenge you to really think big, stop playing small, go for that big idea that you have, see what you need to do to create the steps around it, what actions are you willing to take now, and what are the outcomes, and what shifts do you need to make along the way in order to reach your big purpose and play a bigger game for yourself. I would love to have you post a comment as to what you've learned as you've played a bigger game and how you fine-tuned it, what the outcome has been. If you're interested in my free report, 7 Mistakes Even the Best Athletes Make, go to my website and put your name and email address in the upper right-hand corner. You'll get that free starter kit immediately. Until next time, Lauren Fogelman, ExpertSportsPerformance.com. More focus, more wins.